kpi.org.
The table about to turn. The table about to turn. The table about to turn. Yeah. I've been flipping through my.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drunken Dating Advice, episode 2. And this is the day after Joe Biden has been elected president. And along with Kamala Harris, and we are fucking excited. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like I said I was going to dress up, and I'm in like fox ears and fucking cat suit. So, I mean, I showed up, meaning I dressed up, but I'm a hybrid.
The table about to turn.
Hello, everybody. This is the second. Welcome to the second episode of Drunken Dating Advice. Yay! We're celebrating a new president. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so tonight we're going to be talking about a couple different topics. It's going to be, some women are going to bring up some stuff, and some of the men are going to bring up some stuff, and we're going to hopefully merge together. So we have Miss So Young. She is a senior accountant, a number nerd, and she works at a nonprofit for mental health agency for children. She's been single for a while. She was in a situationship for 4 years, and she's getting her feet wet in the dating pool. She's not in a rush, and she's being conscious this time around. Cautious. And we have Jeff Nelson, who currently lives in Austin. And is loud as fuck. He used to be a music producer. He believes in volunteering is one of the easiest and most effective ways to help people, animals, and yourself. Before Corona, he would volunteer at least once a month for various organizations. Now he just posts pics of his dog and food for likes on the IG. He's silly as fuck, liberal as fuck, and single as fuck.
Hey. Oh, thanks for having me, Farrah.
Yeah. We have Daddy Omar Bliss.
Daddy O.
He's a DJ, personal trainer, who's a lover of all things tech. In his time off, he enjoys playing with his adorable son, hanging out with his wife, and sipping on fine bourbon drinks. Omar Bliss. Welcome, everybody.
Thanks.
Hello.
I'm always curious why you guys want, drunken dating advice from the one person who has not seen single life in a long time. I don't even know the new dances y'all do in the clubs.
What? I remember when you weren't single, though.
What?
I remember when you weren't single and you were like, oh, you were not single.
Hey,
I mean, you were single.
I mean, hey, you ain't got to mention all that just in case, folks.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. You have some advice.
I definitely do.
History.
I definitely have been in some situationships and situations. So
yeah, so you have experiences and you can give advice.
I mean, plus, think about. I'm not quite sure. I mean, we're single for a reason. I mean, maybe single people shouldn't be giving single people advice.
Right. That's a good point.
Perspective.
That's awesome. You know what? I would agree with that. I always, pre-being married, asked my people who were with someone. And of course, their advice was either one of two things. It was very either loving and humbling or just totally terrible advice. Why? Because, it just all depends on if they want to live vicariously through you, single person, or not. And so most of the friends who I hung out with who were with their relationship gave me the best advice. Most of the people, other people who I hung out with who gave me terrible advice if they were not happy about being in a relationship gave me awful advice. And so luckily for you guys, I'm very happy in my relationship. So I'm here to share the wealth.
Yay.
Whatever that looks like. The
Thank
nickels
you.
I have.
We appreciate that. So the girls decided, the women decided to talk about how men pursue women in the beginning of a relationship, and how like there's a lot of compliments and just like it's kind of fucking overwhelming, you know, like I like you so much and I want to be with you all the time, and texting and calling and like, but we don't know if that's because you really like us or if it's because you want to fuck us. I mean, it could be both, but like we want to know what to believe, like what's real, what can we actually hold on to, you know? And then So Young was talking about how we have to establish boundaries right in the beginning.
Yes.
And then it weeds out the ones who have intentions on just sleeping with you. And like, why not just say like, hey, I want to sleep with you?
That's often a weird double-edged sword. I mean, because if you're asking guys to be honest and then be like, girl, let me holler, let me fuck, you'd be like, hell no. Even though you may be like, yeah, I sort of kind of want them to do that. I think that, you know, really in the beginning, you're trying to suss someone out because, yeah, you could just want a casual thing. Or you may actually think this is a dateable person. I think, you know, really at the beginning, boundaries are great. Saying what you will and won't do is great, because anybody who hears that up front are going to be like, if you're not a person who wants to get, you know, who wants a casual relationship and you say that up front, nobody going to hang around. They can baby all you want, but the first time that they say, come up to my place and you say no, they're going to be out, you know? And so I think that boundaries, it's the same reason as I believe that contracts keep friends. It's not necessarily a bad thing to know the terms of our agreement, right? And so I think that's important for ladies to, in some cases, set those boundaries, because guys are going to, guys will adhere to them if they want to, or they'll just roll on if they don't.
What do you think, Jeff?
I've never been one to like for one night stands anyway. And also I've always been I've never been forward with like, yo, let's just fuck. So I'll do the whole let's be friends, let's talk about shit, yada yada, be like, let's fucking be cool until the girl gives me the green light. And then as soon as I've told you this before, I'm a sucker for the chase. And then as soon as the girl gives me the green light and says she has feelings for me, I'm fucking out. And I don't know what that is. That's such a sucker ass move, but like I'm out.
Fear.
Yeah. So, but now that I'm older, that's why I don't play these games anymore. Like I don't chase. I don't do shit. I don't do anything really. Like fucking, it's disrespectful and not fair to anyone involved. But like in my dating days, I never manipulated shit like where like it was like I was just trying to get some pussy. I would be like the long run, slow burn, and then get some pussy and then run.
That was definitely not me. That was
Omar's the quick game.
I mean, like, I don't know. Fair and I met in a hippie house, so it was like free love. People was like, "You want to?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this." You know?
But I think you were pretty honest with the girls, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, I played no games. I wasn't gonna tell a girl I just wanted to be with for a night, and I'm trying to be her next. I'm like, I'm not Mr. Right. I'm Mr. Right now. Mm-hmm. Take it or leave it. And I find that most people will take it or leave it. Now, the one rule, and I did get this from a good friend of mine who she doled this advice on me. When you don't want to play that game, set yourself up with rules. One of them was like a 10-date rule. And the 10-date rule actually works the best out of any kind of rules I had. What the 10-date rule is, you don't really sleep with this person until you're okay with going on 10 dates with them, or you went on 10 dates. And why? Because as y'all ladies know, if this thirsty motherfucker really wanted to get in your pants and you are like, no, we're good, let's go for date number 2, and it doesn't happen on date number 2, he's either going to double down that he likes you because you guys have had enough time to talk, or he's going to be ghost. And if he ghosts you, then, well, that's less of your time you got to waste.
Right. What do you think, So Young?
Well, how about like when you're in situations where like you're dating for a while and you haven't talked about being committed or exclusive, and then the next conversation is like, gosh, you know what? We should really move in together. We should really do this. Like we want, you start hearing all these your aspirations and your, that's like a lot of times I feel like even before
Can't hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my internet kind of keeps on bumping in and out. I don't know exactly what you heard that I said or not.
Basically, not much.
Nothing. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm thinking about like situations where like you've been dating someone and you may or may not have slept with them, but it's like, I mean, I've had men like, talk about moving in together, just taking it like to the next step. And really, it's always kind of like in hindsight where like I don't know, I guess at that particular situation, it was just like, I feel like maybe it was still like in the honeymoon period. And, but I don't know. So nonetheless, it's like, you hear a lot of like BS and a lot of, from, I guess as a woman, I've heard a lot of BS from men, and it's hard to decipher which is like sincere and which is, someone trying to sleep with me. And the thing is, like, men don't understand that, especially in the dating world where there's dating apps and there's the internet and social media, like women get bombarded by messages from men so often that even when like this nice guy comes around and pays sincere compliments, and it's just like like as a woman, you almost disregard it because like it happens all the time, and 75% of the time, if not more, that person's trying to sleep with you. So it's like you can't help but beat someone with someone else's stick, because I mean there are a lot of like pigs out there.
Yeah, that documentary I watched on Hulu called Swiped, they talk about all that stuff. It's so good. It's a really good one.
Swiped. Okay.
Yeah, they talk about how basically most of those apps are created from like young men, like younger men, and that's why they are the way that they are.
Right.
I don't know, but
I mean, it's also a different. So, speaking of the apps, one of two things happens with the apps. Yes, they are created by younger folks, but there's also a psychological game that you're being played with on the app. It is purposeful that you don't exactly find a match, because to be honest with you, if I was an app company and I was designing an app, I would want you to use it for multiple months, not just be able to swipe all of a sudden and find the love of your life. That means I'm out hundreds of dollars from you. So that's first and foremost of why apps are in some cases built the way they're built. Secondly, I think really going back to Sunny Young's point, for any guy to talk about they want to move in with you and it's date one, first off, run. run, girl. Run, girl, run. Go find a cop. Hide behind them. That's stalker shit.
Yeah, not during date one. I'm talking about a month and a half in.
Month and a half in. Okay, as my lovely mother would say, boy, your nose is open, which basically means you're falling in love too fast. And I think that really that's where, in some cases, going back to that weird 10-date rule, it's a pacing thing, right? Jeff said it best. Guys are into the chase. And in some cases, the chase is also helpful to ladies. Why? Because if he's chasing you and you keep putting him at bay, you get to learn a little bit more, right? Because he's like, yeah, girl, let me show you my car. Oh, I got money. Oh, I got this. Oh, I want to be your baby's daddy. Oh, I want to move you into my house. You're like, sure, dog. Yeah, later down the road. And the more that this person says that, the more you know they're not right for you. Because someone who's going to be right for you isn't even thinking about that. They are just trying to let things develop at a natural pace. And me speaking as someone who is, of course, married, me and my wife really knew each other before we even went on our first date. We had been friends for over a year before we even went to our first date, and talked regularly, like almost, because, we worked out and worked in different parts of the same gym. So we talked regularly. That helps to build confidence in knowing that, hey, if I go out with this person, they ain't crazy. And B, like, there might be something actually real. Now, I know, of course, in the app dating world, that doesn't exist. And part of that is by the app's design. And I always want to stress that to people, especially if you're on dating apps. You're like, why can't I find someone? It is designed for you to have a harder time to find someone.
It's also like super disposable, and it makes you, it's like a video game. It's like, oh, okay. And then it makes you feel like if it's too easy to be like, well, this person is kind of, whatever, red flaggy, I'm going to go over to this person. And, like, it gives you this like false hope that you'll get something better. You're going to get something better all the time. It's like a mind fuck.
Well, look at how they even tell you to input your information. Okay, find your best photo, talk about great features about yourself, like, and then they give you some other advice. That advice is great, but in the real world, like, if you were to meet someone in real life, would you be seeing their best side 100% of the time? Right?
For like a couple months, you would.
Say what? If it was who?
For a couple months, you would.
For a couple months, you would. Right. And so what tends to happen is we think we know someone because they type pretty words, right? And they show you pretty images. And that sort of kind of speeds up that couple months process, right? Because when you get to know someone, it really does, like, I call it the 90-day, probationary period. It's very similar to a job, right? You meet someone, you're cool with them, like 90 days, let's see how this works in 3 months. If 3 months you're still cool, then okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I think we've like, sorry, so young.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, and I can't stress this enough. I've never wanted to move in with anyone before. I've never asked a person to move in with me. I've had to move in with them just because they
kicked you out. They kicked your ass out. That's why. I'm just kidding.
No, because they were like, we're moving in, and it was like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. I guess that's it. But so no, I think that's huge. I'm just going back to the Soying thing. If like they're saying like we should move in together, if you don't feel that, like, fuck that, don't. And also like, it should be, I don't know, man. Like, it never felt for me on the I've lived with 2 females before, and both times it felt like I didn't have a say it was like, I guess that's what we're doing now. To continue this relationship. But if you're not feeling it, then if they're not saying that, like, yo, like we should move in, and you're not feeling that, don't. Fucking
I
don't.
mean, like so soon though, like I feel like when someone wants, like the last guy I dated wanted to be with me, wanted to be in a relationship with me like after 2 weeks. And I'm like, dude, you need to chill out. Like we don't, I feel like So Young's situation and my situation, like, did they really like us or were they fucking codependent?
Yeah. I feel like if you know someone for 2 weeks or even a month and you're even talking about cohabitating, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Run.
Yo, like you want to be with someone that is stable on their own.
Yeah, right?
If we were younger, it would be a different conversation totally. But at this stage in the game, like, I don't want codependent. I've been a codependent. I've been on every side of this. I want someone strong and healthy, and even if they got baggage, they know how to deal with it themselves. And then we can build on that. Like, that's where I'm at now. So, specifically at our age, there's no reason to fuck with people that don't understand it. Mm.
Well, yeah. I mean, the fortunate thing is I have a daughter and I own my own place, so no one's moving in with me, and I'm not.
Hey.
So, but I think, I mean, it was just an example of the bullshit that comes out of men's mouths, though. I want to invest in you. I want you to invest in me. And I don't find it to be very truthful. So then when I do meet a decent man and he's paying me compliments and I'm like, I can't even take it sincerely because I'm just like, I don't know.
Trust.
Motive, So that's, I find that to be difficult with dating.
So Young, if you got any guys that want to invest in you and they got actual dollars, you just slide them on my way because they can invest in me. They ain't getting none of that, but I'll just take their money and give them a good business deal. How about that, bro? You don't get to see me naked, but we can make some money. That's amazing.
Yeah. I wish the investment part was monetary, but I mean, it's a different world out there dating, especially with COVID and things are more online. But at the same time, it's just like because times have changed. I don't know. I'm still old fashioned. I'd like to believe that when people actually think through what they're saying versus having a motive for something. And I have learned, like, as a woman, just like, nope, you do set those boundaries, and probably a good 75% of the men drop off once I'm like, I don't put out, I'm just like, you've got to wait. And there's a lot of men I think out there who are the opposite, where they want to test drive, but that could just, I don't know, maybe that's somewhat universal. I don't know.
I was dating someone, like the beginning of dating, and he was talking about how one of his weeding out, ways of weeding out people is having sex with someone right away. And I was like, I don't do that. That's not what I do. So good luck with whoever, you're cool, but
I mean, that's sort of kind of like being like, all y'all my friends, but let's play Russian roulette. I want to weed some of y'all out. Ooh, fake. Like for real.
Like, are we sexually compatible? I feel like you would be able to feel what the chemistry feels like without having sex with somebody. I mean, I've done it. I've felt that many times with people without having sex.
Right. I think that, what's interesting is I think that this is a big conversation. If someone's, and I don't know what it's like to be honest with you, to date in the COVID era. I think that everyone, in some cases, when it comes to dating, is old-fashioned at heart. And what do I mean by that? I mean that guys want to find someone who they connect with and they want to fight for because they feel like it's valuable to fight for them and they want to be valiant in that. And I think that women want someone who will fight for them, who will, and not that you can't fight your own battles, of course you can, but I think with so many people coming at you with every snake oil sales in the book, you want someone who's like 10 toes down, and that signifies they're willing to fight for you and not just fight for you when there's an issue, but fight for your respect. And that's something that's big, that's different. That's in some cases, it's easy to flip through 5,000 people in Tinder to find that one person. Whereas, you know, hell, you might have to go through 1 million people in person to find that one person, you know?
I don't know. I feel the opposite about that part, but
Okay.
because I feel like it's just like it's so disposable that it's easier just to be like, nope, nope, nope. But like when you meet somebody in person, you can feel their energy. You know? I don't know. That's just me though. Sorry.
No, I know when I meet someone in person, like when I share someone's energy, the timeline is off. It doesn't matter. Like I just want to hang out with them, and there's very few people that you feel that with. Mm-hmm. And also, Farrah can attest to this. Like every person that I feel that with is unavailable. Like,
girl, you the bomb. I'm married. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's emotionally unavailable, or like it's been a running joke between me and Farrah, but I definitely feel that energy though. Like, there's something different, and that's what like you will fight for, and that's what you will wait for. And if you don't feel that in the person you're talking to, if like they're not gonna entertain your yo, I want to take this slow, or like they're not the person for you. Like the energy is there. I'll take it slow as fuck for someone that I'm excited about. You know, mm-hmm. I don't know. That's just me though too.
But I think that's the chicken and the egg thing. How do you know you're excited about someone unless you really get to know them? And if you're moving so fast, then you might not even. It might not even be about them, and it might just be like what the ladies are saying, the excitement of smash, right? Because guys are like, yeah, oh yeah, girl, I feel you. I want to feel you more though, you know, and that's not necessarily like something that creates growth. And in some cases, like even me as an older male, like when I was in my 20s, and Farrah, like, and I have been friends for a long time, I don't think I was in the category of giving a fuck. You know, I really didn't. But the difference is I've always been honest with people and told them where I was at. Now, as I got older, it was less about sex. So it was less about putting myself in position of just being with people who wanted to do that. And that's it. I didn't want the transaction. I wanted the actual connection. And so, you know, I think that, you know, as folks are getting older, it's less about these quick transactions and more about, okay, what's the substance? What are you actually behind?
Right. Because it's empty to do that. I mean, I'm not built for that. I don't know really who is, but I'm definitely not built for that. Like, it just fucks me up. I mean, I've done it, you know, but it's not what I want anymore. So, yeah, there's truth in that. And when you get older, you just want like a real connection, like a real something.
So I have a question I'm sorry, and I know this is, of course, but I always wanted to ask people who are dealing with dating online in the COVID era, like, what are some of those things is there any telltale signs that, oh, this person is genuine, or oh, this person is full of shit? Like, is there anything that you spot where you're like, look at this person right here trying to hustle. I mean,
Well, I think the beneficial thing about dating during COVID right now is people are more inclined to video chat. So it's kind of nice because I mean, there's a certain amount of time you invest in video chatting, but you get to see someone, actually see them, actually hear them, see some body language, hear the voice, which helps a lot. Some people have mastered the great angles of, so it's a little deceptive. So, but I do appreciate.
But you see that now, though, right? Yeah. You're like, oh, look at this dude using the tripod with the downward angle. I peep you.
You meet up in person, because I mean that's what your intent is to do eventually, right? Meet up in person. I was like, wow. I'm like, not only do pictures not the person doesn't look like the pictures, but I'm just like, the person I spoke to during the video chat looks entirely different than the person who's there, although I know it's the same person. But I do appreciate that aspect, because it's kind of like doing this video chat right now. It's like waist down. I mean, I'm sitting here in shorts, and but it's just like you can present yourself and just put some effort into it, but not feel completely invested. And maybe that's the same thing with the guy too. It's just like,
oh yeah, I'm like basically like in some dirty ass painter shorts with ketchup stains. Like, but from here up though, very, very, put together with my clean t-shirt.
From the waist up, Omar, you look so fucking hot.
You too, Jeff. I've been eyeballing.
And Jeff is naked from the waist down.
All I'm just wearing socks and a t-shirt. So gross.
Do you know what that's called? Short cocking.
Ugh. So fucking gross.
It's great.
But that's what I'm doing.
Well,
don't make me stand up, y'all.
No, please don't. Or at least what I tell people is, look, if you don't get busy on your computer, at least like make sure close your browser and then reopen it. Because people be like, oh, my meeting's done. It's time to jack off. Which I'm like, why would that be the time to do it? Why is that the exact time to do that thing right there? You could have done that before. You could have done it in the morning. You could do it late at night. Nope. I got to get it on like after this meeting. Never understood that.
I'm confused. What happened?
So there's
Omar is talking about jerking off after this meeting, but we haven't closed the browsers.
Which has happened to quite a few people.
Okay.
Like politicians are getting in trouble for this. So Farrah, don't close your browser after this meeting.
Well,
So Young might be a creep.
I don't know if I'll be doing anything after this except for playing with my cat.
Okay, I see.
I see.
Yow. Getting listeners.
How we get these numbers up, son? We talk about That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about codependency and dating, and how there's a lot of people right now in particular who don't want to and don't know how to be alone. Like they don't know how to be alone with themselves and their thoughts, and like it sucks sometimes, but like I don't know. For me, myself, I would rather be alone with my thoughts and, my good friends and stuff than just be with someone to be with them. But there are people out there that do that, and that's fine. But it's just like, I think that's a big thing on the dating apps. Like you can tell sometimes by the things that people say and how they come at you. Even you can tell sometimes by their pictures, I think. They're just trying a little too hard.
Why is it a guy holding a fish or something?
No, but it's just like
a deer in the background or a fish, or he's like shirtless for some reason.
There's so many ridiculous pictures from men. But it's just like, their intros, or if they message you, like, I mean, oh my God. I think I had one guy like talking like, can I be your boyfriend? Blah, blah, blah. Like, had never met me, not even talked, it was just like straight out the gate, like, bam, a message.
Have you ever responded, sure, as long as you can come over to my house and I can chop you up?
No, but I will next time.
I mean, maybe like, hey, have you ever seen Dexter?
But So Young and Farrah, I'm assuming both y'all get bombarded on the dating apps with messages. Is that correct? Like
I'm no longer on the apps, but when I was, yes, I was getting.
Yeah, like I know you would complain about the app. Oh my God, I'm getting like so many fucking unwanted messages. And I'm like, that's how you talk too.
I told you, I think I sent like you and So Young. I think I sent you both the pictures of that guy I was on. It's a silly picture of me on this play horse or whatever. And he's like, I want something with my cock and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, and it's just so gross.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
So basically you said no to your third true love. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like, you
would
only
throw
get
something at you if you were right here.
No, but I'm saying you ladies, I'm assuming match way more on the dating apps. I know you don't have it now, but right? Like we joked about that. You're like, you'd be like match. No matter if you swiped on someone, you like someone, they already liked you because you're
a lot of the time, and I'm sure the same thing was So Young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Both of y'all, right?
Yeah, I mean it's I mean you'll match. I mean 75% of those people will never start a conversation with you, but you'll match. Yeah.
Guess who doesn't match? Your fucking boy Jeff right here doesn't match with fucking people that look like my aunt because I'm just like haphazardly going like, did someone match with me? Jesus Christ, please help match. And then but like y'all are just matching like hotcakes and then complaining about it.
Yeah, but it's
because we get bombarded with some bullshit. That's why.
It's dealing with all the communication that goes with it, because I mean you can have a conversation with someone and it could be kind of interesting and engaging and say you don't reply quick enough or you don't respond in a way that they want, and all of a sudden you're a fucking bitch and fucking blah blah blah. I just like people turn so quickly on the internet, hiding behind their computers and phones. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if it's not like an unsolicited dick pic, it'll be some fucker who's like calling you beautiful, and the next minute you're a fucking bitch. It's just
that's wild.
I'm always amazed at the dick pics. Like I'll be like, damn, girl, you see this? I'm gonna holler at this guy because this thing is like Snuffleupagus. It's like, that's the thing that checks the boxes. Check.
Wow.
Right.
No, but the thing about dick pics is if you send 90 out, one person will be like, "That's a great dick pic."
Jeff, I'm going to argue that does not happen. I'm going to argue that it happened once, like 5 years ago, and this dude was like, "Yeah, it happened once," and I'm sure the person who said, "Yeah, that's cool," was wasted at the time because it was like
no one ever. No, like, dude, I don't send like. I got a real fucked up dick pic story that I won't share. I was basically coerced into sending a dick pic, and I regret it. Great story, but what I'm saying is, it's the same. Like, why so many people do it? So many dudes do it, and like all we hear, you and me hear, is like, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." And me and you were like, yeah, like I'm not gonna send my dick on the internet. That's forever. Fuck that. But then, so why do so many people do it? Because there's some girl that's like, send me your dick. Like, yeah, no.
I've only had 2 dick pics sent to me ever. Thank God.
Hold my beer.
Huh? What did you say?
I said, hold my beer. Give me a second. You're about to get blasted with dick pics. No, but so young. Crickets. Are the ladies saying now there's such a lag? This is getting really fucking awkward. Have y'all ever asked for dick pics or appreciated dick pics ever once?
Once, yes. When I was dating somebody, Omar actually met him long time ago.
Was that the sperm eater?
No,
Whoa.
that's different one. It was the one that came to visit me on New Year's Eve, remember? When we
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We had like this thing for 5 years or longer.
Yeah, because we hung out in New York with homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he lived in New York when I lived in New York. And so, yeah.
Yep.
I felt like if ever there was like a third wheel, I felt like that on that day. I'm like, I'm the chaperone and y'all are totally going to fuck in the bathroom. So why am I even here right now?
I don't even remember that date.
No, it was a long time ago. Unfortunately, guys, I have to run back to dad duty. But I just wanted to say, so it's very nice to meet you. I'm sorry, So Young Park. And Jeff, awesome to see you again. I hope I get invited back. I hope I make the cut. And to my fat Cox friend, Farrah. See what I did there?
I love Fat Cox.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. I love you so much. And
I love you so much too.
All right, guys.
Let's do it again.
Yes.
Peace, Omar. Peace.
Peace.
This